For decades, Indian space exploration was written exclusively by the state. Massive launch facilities and towering rockets were the sole domain of government agencies. But the global space economy is moving rapidly away from that model. Agile private companies are now driving the industry, moving at a speed that traditional bureaucracies struggle to match. To keep its edge in this highly competitive, commercializing arena, India needed a corporate champion of its own. Relying entirely on a government agency was a strategy that belonged to the past. In 2018, Pawan Kumar Chandana and Naga Bharath Dhaka stepped in to fill that national void by founding the startup Skyroot Aerospace. Both founders were former scientists at the prestigious Indian Space Research Organization, taking the deep technical knowledge they acquired inside the state apparatus and injecting it with the speed of a private startup. By 2022, they launched their first test flight. The Vikram-1 rocket completed a brief suborbital hop, acting as a crucial practice run for their engineering team. This diagram shows the massive difference in physics between these flights. A suborbital launch is essentially a high-altitude parabolic arc that falls right back down. Achieving true orbit requires pushing a vehicle fast enough to fall continuously around the curvature of the Earth. Crossing that specific threshold into sustained orbit is the ultimate litmus test. It separates the companies building prototypes from the ones actually operating in space. The machine Skyroot built to cross that threshold is the Vikram-1. It is a 4-stage, expendable launch vehicle standing nearly 24 meters tall. The rocket is named in direct tribute to Vikram Sarabhai, the visionary scientist widely recognized as the founding father of the Indian space program. To build a rocket of this scale quickly, the team bypassed traditional methods, constructing an all-carbon composite airframe and utilizing 3D printed engines. Looking at this schematic of Vikram-1, these bottom 3 stages rely entirely on solid fuel, providing the raw thrust to escape the thickest parts of the atmosphere. At the top is the Orbit Adjustment Module, a liquid-fueled upper stage. Unlike solid rockets, which burn uncontrollably until empty, this liquid stage can be shut down and restarted in the vacuum of space. That precision allows a private company to take explosive momentum and refine it into an exact orbital insertion. On July 18, 2026, Skyroot put this architecture to the test with mission Aagaman, a title that fittingly translates to arrival. The launch took place right here, lifting off from the first launch pad at ISRO's Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota. A nimble, disruptive private startup was preparing to launch its flagship rocket from the exact same concrete pad that defined the state's historical dominance. At T-0, the solid motors ignited, pushing the carbon composite vehicle off the pad and beginning its ascent through the clouds. This liftoff represented a physical transfer of capability. The power to reach space was visibly shifting from a purely government operation to private enterprise. The rocket successfully delivered its cargo into a 450-kilometer orbit, definitively validating the engineering bets Skyroot had made. This success locks in their commercial business model. They can now guarantee customers reliable deliveries of up to 350 kilograms directly to low Earth orbit. For this maiden flight, the cargo was deeply symbolic. The Vikram-1 carried a micro-art piece called Cosmic Bloom, alongside a handwritten postcard from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, bearing the message Vande Mataram. Those specific payloads represent a unique merger, demonstrating the highest level of national backing, directly endorsing commercial aerospace ambition. Skyroot Aerospace's successful mission secured the startup's commercial future and immediately elevated India's standing in the global space community. This map highlights the new reality. With this single launch, India became only the 3rd country in the world possessing private orbital launch capabilities. The decades-long era of the state space monopoly in India is over. The commercial Indian sky is now officially open for business, shifting the balance of the global space economy.